Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the tray, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like
Yeah. Welcome to
Yeah. We all mine. Yeah. Come on. So living it up. To everybody that be living it up, we say. So living it up. Come on, baby, this is your typical everyday one night thing. It's a physical. I'ma love you tonight, gang. Look, calling your name, go jump on in the range and roll over. I just really wanted to hold you. The time get to know you. That's a good chick. Before it's all over, I'ma meet this chick. Probably treat this chick more better. Cause if you ain't no thugs and ladies go together. Popping my collar partner, who in the
Yep. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network postgame show.
What's up, N-words? How you losers doing tonight, huh? How does it feel to suck?
What's up, K-Ricky?
46. I'm fantastic. 46. What happened? Y'all were ready tonight, right? Y'all were so ready. Y'all were so ready to come in. Oh, where's Nicky J. Mark? Oh, he's a loser. The Knicks suck. They haven't won a title since 1973. Well, guess what? Neither have the Miami Dolphins. They got blown out at home tonight. I was going to go to Miami, hang out with some friends, but I had to deal with mediocre Miami traffic because y'all don't know how to develop nothing down here in South Florida. Have you ever heard of public transit? Huh? No. We have that up north. Y'all don't have that down here. 46. The smallest guy on the floor dropped 46 against your defensive player of the year. Ooh. Shout out to Kel'el Ware, though, by the way. That man had the game of his life. He dropped a 28-20 game, and it was wasted. And quite frankly, you know what? I'm sorry. This is not me. I'm sorry, Royal. Please, this is a Miami Heat broadcast, I guess. Whatever. By all means, please, Royal. I didn't mean to.
Sorry. Who are we to talk to the defending in-season tournament cup champions at this point in our lives? Who the fuck?
47.
Who the fuck are we? The Miami Heat lost tonight to the New York Knickerbockers 132-125 in a game that can only be described as piss fucking poor. I have absolutely no words to kind of like to give to this team anymore. Like it's pathetic. It is absolutely mind-numbingly pathetic. They have now dropped. Are they 500 yet? I think this might have been
almost
15. Or we're 15-14. Okay, so one game away from being 500 again.
You'll get there. Don't worry.
I'm not, brother. Please believe. I'm almost sure that we're going to get there next game. But there are no words of encouragement or no caveats for the way Bam Adebayo played tonight. It was ass. I think Normal Powell has come back to earth. So somebody said from certain players. No, from multiple players. I think Ricky's right. Kel'el Ware was the only player, him and Jaime Jaquez. I'll give Jaime Jaquez his flowers. Kel'el Ware and Jaime Jaquez were the only player who earned a paycheck tonight, in my opinion. Everybody else, disastrous. I think Norman Powell had one of the worst starts to the shooting, one of the worst shooting starts to this game that I've seen him have. But also, again, Norman Powell is coming back to earth. He's becoming Norman Powell. And I know some people here saying Cat was ass. Yeah, and Bam had a lot to do with Karl Anthony Towns struggling from the field. But that does not excuse 4 of 11 from the field for Bam Adebayo with 5. Did he have 5 fouls? No, he only had 3. But it felt like he had 5.
Oh, Cat had 5. It felt like he had 5. I'm pretty sure Cat had 5. Oh, he had 4. Sorry.
Yeah, Cat had 4.
Go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think at this point, bro, like, regardless of what starting lineup we feel is the best to try out there, what chemistry issues we may have had, or what we think we have, who's playing, who's not playing, who's in the lineup, who's out of the lineup. I think one thing is becoming abundantly clear as this season progresses. This team it needs to be blown up. Plain and simple. It needs to be blown up. And I've honestly been one of the guys who've been like, yeah, keep Bam, send everything else out. And for the most part, I'm there. For the most part, I guess. Like, but also, like, he can be a part of this blow up too. Like, it's starting to become like it's starting to weigh on me that night in and night out, we can't find a solid way for Bam to consistently contribute offensively. We haven't found a formula for Bam Adebayo's offense to be successful on a consistent basis. And I ain't gonna hold you, Haroon. You saying build around our young guys? I ain't too wild about that idea either. Because I don't know who you consider young on this team. Kel'el, Ware, and Kasparas? Nikola Jovic is one of your young guys. You building around Nikola Jovic? Okay, so here's the thing right here. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna pass the rock in a second. But Bam is a super role player. I think Bam Adebayo is best used next to a person who is a legit number 1. And if we don't have a legit number 1 on this roster, then Bam Adebayo is essentially useless. There's no point. There's no point in having a human top 5 defense on your roster if you don't have anybody who's going to be able to carry the load on the offense end.
He's prime Horace Grant.
Let me digest that for a second, King. Like let me digest that for a little while because I've never heard that. I've never heard that before, but that's really good.
Without Michael and Scotty.
Yeah. I
or
get
BJ.
it. Yeah, I get it. But that's really good. We got Bubba pulling up one time for the one time. Bubba, how you doing this evening?
Not great. Not a good day for Bubba FC for any narrative that's going on right now. And Ricky mentioned the shit Miami Dolphins, so I was summoned and I just appeared here. So I guess you said that into the mirror 3 times. The Heat have the same problem as the Dolphins. They fucking suck. They don't have any talent. That's a huge problem. And there's one beautiful word that happens in sports, and it's called every game that you play is recorded and put on tape. And that offense was pretty fun until everybody sat down and watched the tape and said, let's adjust our strategy as a coaching staff. And we've got no answer to their answer. So many narratives, many players, but goddamn. So is it 7 of the last 8 now, Royal? I think it's 7 of the last 8 that they've dropped. Losses. Yeah, they've lost 7 of the last 8. I think it's something.
Let me go ahead and count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah,
5,
exactly.
6 Sam's in my head. Oh, sorry.
7 of the last 8, including a 5-game losing streak that they won again. And the only game that they won is against the Nets. And what's interesting about this is that people were talking about how tough the early season schedule was. Like they were talking about how Miami weathered the storm during the early parts of the schedule, which they thought was brutal, and they thought that the schedule would lighten up. Not right now. Like I guess like the Knicks are still one of the better teams in the East. But like they talk about this schedule softening up, but the Miami Heat are essentially as part of people's soft schedule. Go ahead, Bob.
And listen, we can. I know there's the thing with Ricky and the Knicks, and for sure. But like on a serious note, like look at the Knicks roster and look at the Heat's roster. Like there's just way more talented players. Cat can be terrible and get locked up and not be able to zesty dunk and do all that awesome Dominican shit that he loves to do. Respect the DR, but It doesn't matter because they have Jalen Brunson. And even if Jalen Brunson has off nights, which we saw during the NBA Cup run, not every game, but some games, other guys would step up. Other guys would have great games. We don't have that ability. Like if Norm is an A+, what's happening? You know, and I think that plays into your point, Royal, of like if we don't have an A+ score, what does Bam feed into? What can Bam do? Not much offensively. You know, if Davion Mitchell's 3 isn't falling, what can he do? Not much. You know, nice to see what Kel'el Ware is doing. That's an awesome development. That's great. But it's not, we're going to lose a fuck ton of games, and Kel'el Ware can keep doing this. And maybe that's the direction we need to go. But like, and I agree with your point, Royal. The problem with the Miami Heat is like, all right, it's all good. We got veterans. Let's blow it up and play the young guys. The young dudes are like 26, guys. The young dudes are older than me. I would be like the third youngest dude on the Miami Heat.
It's Kel'el, it's Kasparas, and
Cass hasn't even played. I don't even think about him. Jovic just broke his arm and his ass, like, right? So
he played last night.
So also, like I'm hearing a lot. I'm seeing a lot of things. People talking about the new offense, and just full disclosure, like, and y'all can call us a defensive band all you want to. I don't give a fuck what y'all think, but like, I do think that the part of the problem is that Bam's role in his new offense seems to be to stand in the corner if they're not gonna run pick and rolls. I think the pick and roll thing, we might have shitted on it early on, but it's a reality. Like they need to run more pick and rolls, not just for Tyler's sake, but for Bam's sake as well. Kel'el Ware has found a place in this offense as a lob threat, and as an offensive rebounder. That is how he's getting these buckets. He's getting offensive rebounds. He's catching lobs. It's not really, and he's shooting threes. He's shooting threes at a remarkable clip. He hit 5 more tonight after hitting 6 in the last game. So shout out to Kel'el Ware. Like I do want to give him his flowers. Like he's played well. But I think I've seen the narrative of like Kel'el Ware is better than Bam Adebayo. That's not the truth. It's not. I think Bam has his struggle. Like it's disheartening, man, to watch him play this game, bro. When the role that he's in is for him to like kind of like stand in the corner and space the floor a little bit. But he's also not aggressive enough. Like I'm not gonna put the onus on this on anybody but Bam. But for people who saying that they scouted this offense, I think there was always kind of like this time was always coming, where the Miami Heat's offense wouldn't be as fluid, as exciting, as fun, as fast. It's just the fashion that it's doing. Like they don't have another way to win games, and that is the most egregious. Ricky, what's your assessment of the offense? How's that been? You're on mute, gang.
So here's the thing. I think we're at a point now where, yeah, it's true. The Miami Heat did not finish, but I think we should also, in the interest of fairness, right? They were cooking in that first quarter. They had something going in that first quarter. They scored 37 points. I don't remember the last time the Heat scored 37 points in a quarter, especially against a pretty solid defensive team.
They did it twice, Ricky. They did it in the first and the third quarter. They scored 37 points.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So, and the thing is, things were for a moment there pretty close until the pull away was gradual. The thing is, I think Miami kind of went away from what worked for them in the first quarter. Some of my thoughts when I was actually watching this quarter was, man, this Knicks team is really talented, but this Heat team matches up very well against them. I was actually, honestly, I know, Nick guy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was fully prepared to come on here tonight talking about how Davion and Bam put Brunson in hell tonight.
Yeah.
I thought that's where things were going because, quite frankly, when you consider the last few matchups in which these two teams have come together to play, there was a pretty decent approach to dealing with Brunson, making him work for all of his shots and swarming him. They do
a pretty good job of making him inefficient.
Yeah, so I was surprised to see them kind of go away from it. I think, quite frankly, and this feeds into some of the Bam talk that we've been having so far tonight. I think if Bam is more consistent with everything that he's doing, not just the 4 for 11 and everything like that, 14 points, 8 rebounds, whatever. I know there is someone out there, dare I say a hater, that is going to think that because Kel'el Ware did well, it means that Bam didn't or that Bam couldn't. And I don't think that the two are mutually exclusive. I believe, quite frankly, that Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo can both have really good games. How do I know that? Because even when Bam was relatively underdeveloped and he was playing next to Kelly Olynyk, and Kelly was stepping out and hitting threes for this team, Bam was still able to do what Bam is supposed to be doing on his good nights. So quite frankly, look, they lost rhythm midway through the third, and obviously the Knicks had a few adjustments, down the stretch, and obviously Jalen Brunson caught fire, right? But there was a formula here that they went away from, and unfortunately they went away from it, and it's sad to see. Like, their defensive discipline, the way they approached the head of the snake, quite frankly, it kind of went away, because Brunson isn't going to be drilling jumpers like that, with hands in his face every single time. He was supposed to have a bad shooting night tonight, and he didn't. He ended up with 47.
Yeah, so I give the Knicks their props, bro. Like, they hit some tough shots tonight. Like, they hit a lot of tough shots. What's going on, Kushito? But like, just to kind of like circle up. What's up, bro? Oh, just to kind of like close the loop on this Bam thing. I do agree with you. I think that it is possible for Bam and Kel'el to coexist. I agree with your point that a lot of people are pitting them against each other. A lot of people are pitting them against each other as players, making the assumption that that Kel'el Ware is the better player because of the statistical output. So part of that, like, part of that is because Kel'el Ware's job is nowhere near as difficult as Bam's job. I tweeted about this the other day. Like, it's kind of like Bam has so many responsibilities on his job, on his team. It's hard to tell when he's having a good or a bad game. So if Bam scores and rebounds but doesn't defend, Bam had a bad game. If Bam rebounds and defends but doesn't score, Bam had a bad game. And I think people are making it seem like it's so easy just to add scoring onto the list of other things that he does, when it's really difficult for him when he's not even he's not offensively inclined as a basketball player. So, like, he came into this league as a defender, and he has developed. As an athlete, he was Clint Capella. That was his comparison, and his offensive game has expanded. And I agree that he's been blessed with enough talent to be able to do things like that, to maybe expand his game offensively. But it has to be catered to developing him and developing a team around that skill set, and they have not done it. So, like, I don't want to absolve him of blame. Bam is 100% capable of being better than he was tonight. He's capable of being better than he was for the majority of kind of like the last couple of games during his losing streak. But let's not act like the man not averaging 18 and 9, bro, on the season, bro. Like, 18 points for a defender is solid contributions, bro. And I wish people just kind of like pump the brakes on kind of these dramatic things like Kel'el Ware is a better basketball player because Kel'el Ware is putting up pretty numbers. It doesn't have the same level of impact that Bam has on the court. I do want to mention something like that you was talking about. You was talking about the team getting out of rhythm, and I think one of the primary culprits of that was Norman Powell. Bubble, I think at the beginning of the season, like, we saw Norman Powell and we saw all these wonderful things that he was capable of, and I think it made people forget who the fuck Norman Powell was. Norman Powell is a shoot-first guard who doesn't pass very often, doesn't play make very much, and he is prone to having hot and cold streaks. Tonight, it felt like he was more cold and hot. What was your assessment on Norman Powell, and why do you think it is that he's gone from kind of like this 25-point per game scorer to now looking essentially like Jamaican beef patty Tyler Herro?
Pretty much exactly what you said. I mean, the problem with Norman Powell is he's not a young guy. I mean, he's 7 years older than Tyler Herro. I believe Norman Powell that he came into the Heat culture and probably got in some of the best shape of his life, or at least post 30. Yeah. But the season's getting going now. It was an awesome honeymoon phase, and I feel like that part's over. There's going to be nights where Norm looks awesome and he gives you that early season Norman Powell, and there's going to be nights like tonight, and that's nothing that should be surprising. Like, you know what I mean? It's not. I don't know if he deserves to be like shit on. Like, all of a sudden, Norm has gone from like an awesome deal in the offseason that we were really happy to get. They were kind of surprised that the Heat did. To all of a sudden now everyone's like, what the fuck, you're not dropping 25 a night? It's like, he was traded for a second-round pick for a reason, right? I'm not saying that we gave up a lot to get him, but it's the Clippers also gave him away. He's not...
To replace him with Bradley Beal.
I don't know, and that was stupid, and that was terrible.
Yeah,
but like
the Clippers aren't exactly smart either.
I get it, but my point is that he's never supposed to be oh, we got Norman Powell, we're good. We'll get out of the play-in. We got Norman Powell, we're good.
Be our number one scoring option.
Norman Powell needs to give us 25 a night. It's like, I mean, the nights he gives it to us, that's awesome. Pause. Obviously, there's the hero stuff going on with the injury right now, but this is exactly like you said. Normal Powell is the perfect phrase because this is what he does. Like he's offensive first. He's also in a contract year, which inclines him to be more offensively first. I think they kind of got a glimpse of what the offense could look like around him, and Norman Powell and his agent probably got a glimpse of if you keep this up, you're about to get a lot of fucking money. So it's not going to stop anytime soon. But if you're asking for Norman Powell to be your number one guy day in, day out and get 25 and otherwise you won't win, you're not going to win 50 games. You're probably not even going to win 45 games. You're probably going to win 41, which looks like what they're going to be in the same spot they've been the last couple of years. So I think that's exactly what it's going to be. And the problem is, and I think the Bam discourse comes from this, Bam's just a defender first. It's the type of guy he is. He's not Draymond Green. He's maybe not Horace. Maybe he's better than these guys, but he has the same mentality as them. So then when you ask him to be like, we need 25, we need this, he's just not going to be able to do that. And I understand why there's fan frustration because the organization has talked about him like he can do that, and he's never going to do that. I think someone in the comments said, like, Bam's in his prime and still can't get 20 consistently. That's fair. If you're believing what the Heat say, that he can be the face of a franchise and be a guy like UD and D-Wade, but he's a lot closer to UD than D-Wade when it comes to offensively and the type of output that he can give and carry a team. So
also, I like to ask people, like, who's the best playmaker that they've ever put to assist Bam kind of reach these?
Trust me, I agree with you. We can talk about roster construction and everything, but in terms of this team in 2025, like, this is what Bam has to do in order for us to win games, and he can't do that. We need Norman Powell to be able to do this, and he can do it, once every 3-4 games, but there's going to be stretches where he doesn't do it for 8, and that's what we're in right now. And I'm sure there'll be another stretch in this year, Royal, where he does it for 3 straight games, and we're like, we're back. It's just, this is the type of team it's going to be this year, 100%. Yeah. And they kind of tricks people with the offense early on, and a lot of people thought it was some wizardry. I think they kind of just got modern with the offense, and people were literally not expecting that. When you only go off of what you know of a team and last year's offense to come in here this year and we're start running around and we're doing all this shit. But it's just tough.
Nigga said Draymond Green would have won us a championship. How, bro?
No. Hold on. No. Royal, please. Hold on.
Go ahead, gang.
No. Stop.
But it's just
okay.
I think we're just in a position where
hold on, Bubba, time out. Y'all know I don't do this, but I have to. This is ridiculous. No. Stop. First of all, listen. I think y'all are obsessed with plugging and playing. That's not how the NBA works. That's not how basketball works, okay? Draymond was an important player for the team that he was on. You can't just bring prime Draymond Green, replace Bam with him and think you're going to win a title. You're going to the lottery if that is the case. Don't do this. Draymond Green is not an offensive player. He's a very good role player that his defaults, his shortcomings, so to speak, were shielded by arguably the greatest offense of all time. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala, Kevin Durant for like 2 seasons. Like, don't do this. So here's the thing. Who's it that said that? Alpha and Omega here? Okay. Let me ask you this. You replace Bam with Draymond, who I'm assuming you're talking about replacing Bam with Draymond. Give me that starting lineup and run that lineup against some of the best teams in the East right now or in recent years. And please tell me with a straight face that team is winning a title. What, in the bubble? Where? How? You see, the thing with comments like that, and it drives me nuts. I know we're all fans. We like to have a good time and fun, and I'm all about that. It's just, y'all think, oh, we lost. Oh, we lost the game. Man, player this. I wish player this were here or whatever. That's what would have fixed this. Trade Bam. Trade this guy. All right, for who?
But it's not coming down.
For who? Why would that other team do that? Why would the Los Angeles Lakers in 2005 or 2006 trade Kobe Bryant to your team for Tyler Herro? Why?
I think it's
2K.
I don't know, bro. Like, it's kind of like people. I seen this when somebody was talking about how max players.
Oh God, no.
No, it's say Pan got the max to do what Bam does is crazy. I'm sorry. Listen, Bam gets paid $37 million right now. He doesn't get paid a max.
Yeah, I don't know where my mom is.
Your mom is probably upstairs.
Okay, maybe.
But Bam doesn't make the max yet. That max doesn't kick in until next year. And even so, bro, it's like you guys have seen Bam Adebayo be the second best player on a team that is in the NBA Finals. You have never seen that from Draymond Green. I made this point on Twitter the other day. I was like, you niggas want Alperen Sengun. That's what you want. You want somebody who puts up pretty numbers. Alperen Sengun averages 23 points and 9 rebounds a day. And a lot of people are going to say some dumb shit like Sengun is better than Bam. But brother, you don't watch Alperen Sengun play basketball.
Like
because if you did
on offense or just in general,
people say Alperen. Somebody on Twitter told me that Alperen Sengun is at least 2 tiers better than Bam Adebayo.
Because I think we can fairly say that he's more effective offensively.
Sure,
I don't think that's a crazy thing to say, but
it's not the same. But that's exactly in terms of like impact. See, right here, you would take Sengun. Your defense would fall off a fucking cliff. Off a cliff. If you put Alperen Sengun next to Jimmy Butler, you never sniff an NBA Finals. And I think a lot of people got that shit confused. Like, you don't go. You don't win with an 8 seed team with Alperen Sengun as your center. Especially when you playing him next to Caleb Martin.
He thinks we love Bam. Oh my God. Okay, he's rage baiting. I know what you're doing, buddy. I respect your game. That's
it is what it is. And maybe
me.
Look, maybe we
right.
do. Maybe we do overrate Bam just a little bit, but it's because I've seen impact. Some people don't judge. You judge statistics. You look at stats, and that's what y'all want from Bam. Y'all want statistical output. Y'all are not looking at impact on a basketball game, which is where I see value in Bam Adebayo. The things that somebody said. So yeah, exactly. Lauri Markkanen. That's what y'all want. Y'all want Lauri Markkanen on this roster instead of Bam Adebayo. Because he can do pretty things on offense. It will not make this team better. They would be worse. By a lot. You niggas saw Kel'el Ware anchor your defense when Bam wasn't playing. And yet, because he got 20 and 20 tonight, you niggas have conveniently forgot what that looked like. Let's be for real, bro. Like, this man has taken shit rosters and made them competent defensive lineups. And that's solely because of what Bam is. I give Bam and Spo credit for that because Spo's defensive schemes have helped in that regard. But as a player, bro, Lauri and Ware would go crazy.
Well, yeah, probably, maybe, I don't know. But look,
on
here's
offense,
the thing.
they can both shoot.
Like, despite everything that happened tonight, it's wild. Maybe I'm going to be positive or something. I don't know. Like, Miami only lost by about 7, and that's after Jalen scored 20 points above his average. You know what I mean? Like, Jalen Brunson went off. He wasn't your random scrub heat killer. He had a season high 47 points tonight. If he stays at his average, the Knicks lose this game. Because take a look, Karl Anthony Towns in 29 minutes had 2 points tonight.
They don't see that they don't attribute that to Bam. They just say Karl Anthony Towns is ass.
Yeah, and here's the thing. There are nights when the big cat is the big purr, right?
Sure.
He was the big purr the last time they played the Heat. But, Jalen didn't drop 47 on Miami when they came down the other night. He did pretty well from what I remember, but he didn't drop 47.
Look, bro, there's nobody on this roster that I would not trade for Giannis, bro. I would trade Bam for Giannis.
Read the blog. Yeah. Already traded him.
I would trade Bam for Giannis instantaneously. It would be foolish of me not to. But replacing Bam with Giannis on this roster does not make this roster any more viable to win a championship. The goal would be to pair Giannis. Why? Like, what's the point? They're going to still have the same problems. Even because Kel'el Ware no longer gets 20 and 20 games with Giannis on this roster.
Oh, well, let's workshop this a little bit. Let's play around with this for a little bit.
We could do that after the stream because I'm finna end this motherfucker. They are pissing me off right now. I'm here. I got like 10 minutes for you after the stream, but I'm dead ass. Like, I think that Miami would still have the same issues in terms of offensive ineptitude with Giannis on this roster. Giannis would get his, but people like Kel'el Ware would be impacted. People like Norman Powell would be impacted by Giannis being on this roster. People like Davion Mitchell would be impacted. The defense would still be the same level of defense that you get right now with Bam. Maybe. Because to be honest, but 1-for-1, I like Bam as a better defender than Giannis.
I don't disagree with you, Royal, in terms of like some of the other players, but Kel'el, I mean, he's the only dude showing up right now. And again, Kel'el with Giannis, to me, Kel'el's role is drastically different than what it is right now, though. That lob threat shit, that's
over
done.
with.
Yeah, so he would turn into Brook Lopez, like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be just like threes, and I don't know how well that would go. So I agree with you on that.
Go ahead. What's your question, Ricky?
No, but you know what it is? Brook Lopez was one of the best defenders on that team. I think he finished second in Defensive Player of the Year a couple of seasons ago.
Brook Lopez is a better defender than Kel'el.
Yeah, I was just talking about offensively.
Yeah. So I mean, all right. Yeah,
this is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people here, they said the offense would be way better. Offense wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, bro, listen, y'all are just saying that because Giannis would be on the roster.
Bro, they scored 125 points tonight.
Exactly, bro. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, if there's a difference between statistical output and actual impact on the game. Y'all need to go watch Giannis play and then figure out how the players on this current roster would fit around Giannis. Because a lot of them would not.
I think they would benefit from his gravity.
I think they would benefit. I think there are certain players that would benefit. I think Norm, as a catch and shoot player, would benefit. But to put Norm as the primary guard next to Giannis does him no good.
Let me see.
I'm not sure that Giannis would even greenlight a trade here if Bam was involved.
I feel like that's the allure. That's what takes this team to another level.
I don't think Giannis wants to come here without Bam.
But a 1-for-1 swap for Bam and Giannis, yes, you're better because Giannis is a better player than Bam. I will give you that. But that does not make the team better overall just because Giannis is here.
So I think as a result of that, what you would probably have to do is, I think the coaching staff knows, like, okay, if you bring Giannis here, what else do we need to make him to maximize his production and his contribution to wins, right? So I think Fontecchio might see some increased minutes as a result of this. At least until they get some more.
I hope not.
Hold on. At least until they get some more shooters in here. So, like, Drew Smith is obviously seeing less minutes. He's a slasher. Giannis is a slasher. They overlap. I
feel like it's just a solid conversation that needs to be had. Oh, are you on a plane? And are you on a plane?
He is on a plane right now.
Anthony Donardo is live from the skies, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hey,
what type of premium Wi-Fi did he pay for on JetBlue?
Come on now.
Oh, I get premium all the time. You know what? Hey.
Right?
Yeah, I can hear you. And Donardo, do me a favor. Put your speaker, like, turn your speaker all the way up, and then so I can yell something in Arabic. I want to see what happens.
No. Let's not do that. But somebody called you Mr. Worldwide.
I don't even got nothing to say. This right here, the name is all I gotta say.
Fontecchio sucks. Absolutely. Be safe up there, brother.
This Wi-Fi is really good. Damn.
It's the best airplane Wi-Fi I've ever seen. Tried to watch Thursday Night Football on a plane. Shit wouldn't load.
Oh, you don't fly business, Bubba?
I never thought it was gonna load.
Oh, damn.
I am 25 years old and in debt. I do not fly business. I barely fly.
All right.
Oh, you got to leverage your debt, Playboy. Diversify your bonds,
We've
Playboy.
gotten very far off topic around this bitch, but I want to. Somebody called you Skybox Ant, but
I paid for Wi-Fi so I can watch the rest of that TV. So I feel like an idiot.
You want to give your thoughts right quick before we get you up out of here? He can't hear what I'm saying. So look, I ain't really in the mood to talk about this team. Like, I ain't gonna lie, they have pissed me off. I do want to get to this conversation with Ricky. Look, and next game that we have after this is the Toronto Raptors on the 23rd. I will be on an airplane on the 23rd. So I'm not sure if I will be here for this post game.
The whites have it.
Yeah, and you guys got it. I don't want to do predictions for the next game because it's just like it's disheartening right now. So we're finna get the fuck up out of here. Thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to Kane Ricky. Thank you to Justin in the back on the ones and twos. Thank you to Bubba. Thank you to Ant from joining us from the plane. Of course. We will see y'all next time. King Ricky, I already know. Go ahead and tell the folks one time for the one time.
Free Palestine, hands off Venezuela.
Play the video, Justin. Oh, I forgot. Justin don't be at the mic. Justin just be in the background, not doing his fucking job. I know. We got to have a team meeting, Ricky, about this shit.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight.
47.
Oh wait, hold on.
And we're still live. 47.
Hold on. I just want to come up here.
47.
Fuck Stone and the Ravens, nigga. Drake May up. We out, nigga.
47.
We get
47. 47. That man 5'11" dropped 47 on your world class.
Somebody